Alright everybody, welcome back. This is episode 5 of The World, and I've already screwed up. It seems I can't go one episode without doing something stupid. So, I was editing the videos, and I realized I accidentally deleted the two streams, the first 2 streams of The World. So, anything I did is kind of gone, which is not good. So I'm going to spend the first bit of the stream showing off what I've actually done, or at least what I did during the first 2 streams, and then I'll cut the video at some point, or cut the stream at some point, to show you guys the rest of the process for the rest of the stuff that it did. So, first I get to show you guys the farms that I made. So I ended up going into the nether here, and I made this really long tunnel. I'm not walking this distance. Screw that. If I can get there we go. So I made this super long tunnel all the way this way. It took me probably 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, I don't remember. It didn't take me very long, I know that much. But you can see how far I had to go to make this farm. And that's because in my last video I might have mentioned not having enough rockets. So that means I've finally fixed the problem. But that also means it took me a very long time to make this. It actually made me so frustrated that I quit recording for a few days because I just was so angry that it wouldn't work. I'm really hoping I get to the end of this soon. But obviously, portal. I made this portal all the way out here for a specific reason. So way over here, you can see this is a witch hut. This is the original hut that I decided to try and make a witch farm out of, but it just wouldn't work anymore for some reason. There's still a lever here, I can take that. So, I attempted to build an automatic witch farm. There was a AFK spot up there, but it just didn't want to work, and I spent probably 2 hours on stream making it, and then I spent an extra hour off trying to get it to actually work. Just never did. So instead, I went way over this way. You can already see the area I lit up over here. And this is my AFK spot, way up here. Got a door in the front, end chest, crafting table. But if we jump down here, I set up a portal so that way it's easier to leave. For some reason the portal's just connected over there. Sleep through the night here. Bruh. Let me sleep. Thank you. So, this works pretty simply. This lever, so, right here, put this trap here. Right here. Right here, let's slide down. I should show you guys that too. Just that, that's right, this on that door, so it's also moving down. And because it works pretty easy, but mainly as the AFK farm. So when there's one put on the spot, and then this blue stick down here, it's on the cart, all these towers, and it's pretty just too full. Actually, power, I think these just too full. I just automatically disable all these right. However, down here I have automatic redstone, things like redstone, and all those with and then everything's over here, because I'm off. And then I have a chest here full of random stuff, which I actually want to take back. But yeah, that's all I did. At least in that first stream. I don't remember what I exactly did in the other one. Okay. Well, I guess I'm walking. Alright. Editor cut. Okay. Now that I'm finally back, I'm gonna go ahead and sort all this stuff into the chests over here. Yeah, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, got all this stuff sorted. Where did my food just go? Oh, actually I threw it in there. Whoops. That was about all I did in those 2 streams. That one took probably like 3 hours to actually do, because the Minecraft stuff was being stupid. I would love to show you guys what I actually did outside of this area, but that's for later in this video actually. So, hope you guys enjoy that part. What I really wanted to do was first we gotta chop down all these trees. Okay, before I complete all of this, actually, I wanted to get started on some houses down below. Because I didn't feel like working on the castle anymore. Not anymore, but not anymore, but you know what I mean. Doing another project. Can I sleep yet? I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Ow. I swear I timed that perfectly the first time, but you know. It's just not gonna let me. Motherfucker. Nope. Shin of a gun. Let me up here. Swearing's a bit no, I can't do that. Okay. Now there is one big issue with... Oh, you're right in front of my face, huh? There we go. There's one big issue with me trying to build houses. Which is what I was looking to do right now. Because I want to put one over here. I want to put one over here somewhere, and I want to put one here. And then I want along the edge over here to be like a market. Actually, scratch the house over here. We're going to turn this whole area into a market right here. This whole area. See, like along here we can have like giant fishermen, like selling places with a little house on top. And we can have a crane over here. We can have house over here, house over here. It's going to be a bit of a smaller island, but it's still going to be trade worthy because I'm planning on building lore into this world. And it's going to be, I've got some interesting ideas that I'm messing with. Stuff with the village going on over here, trying to build up castles and destroyed ruins and the pillagers fighting. This hurts. Ow. Yeah, I'm taking this down. I'm taking this down right now. I can't stand to look at this anymore. Okay, got that whole thing done now. Realized I had built this little bit wrong on accident, but I'm not going to spend the time to try and figure out how I can fix it. We're just going to leave it. And instead I'm just going to try and view it from over here. Okay, so over there, obviously market. Over here, house. Over here, house. And then over here, we're gonna have some kind of crane with a boat that has come up alongside of the town. I like this idea, and I want to get started on it. My only issues is I need spruce, obviously, for the house that I want to put here and here. And I believe I have some designs for it, just locked up in my phone here. I took some inspiration from online. I'm just looking at the build right now. I need calcite. That's going to be an interesting block. I don't know if I have any calcite. And I'm sure I can find a substitute. And we can get started on designing. Land has been brought up to height that I would like. Obviously, we still have to wait for the grass to turn to, the dirt to turn to grass. But this is about the height that I want this area to be at. So as you can see, as this path would slowly extend this direction, you'd go up a level. Actually, I'm planning on having like just this little bit come up as well. So it'd be like this way. All the way over this way. It'd be at least up to this level. And then over here it would come up one more block. So it'd be still pretty flat, but it would have enough variation to be like obviously different, and like humans have lived here. Now I can actually get started on this small house. This is the house I ended up with. I definitely don't mind it. I think it's pretty nice. It's a little cozy. It's, I have no interior because it's this. This is not enough for an actual interior. It's just going to be a house that's kind of there. So I think it's okay for what I wanted. Next, I want to extend... Well, first I'm going to have to move all these farms, actually. And then I'm going to want to build up the rest of the island to be at the same level. I'm going to have to move all the farms downstairs and whatnot. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm back after the time lapse, and this is the outline that we've got for. Hold on, torches need to get out of here. For the second layer here. Not too much has changed really. It's just up one more block now. I mean, I definitely like the little terraining bits that I did along the edge here. I think it looks a lot better than it did before. A lot more natural. You know, pretty nice. Still gotta wait for it all to turn green. Yeah. That's about it. Okay, so I wanted to put one more house, like, somewhere about here. I think. Yeah. I think about here will be fine. I might want to tear this down, too. Actually, yeah, I'll do that now. Why not? So first I want to have this come around over to here into, like, a little circle that's going to surround a bigger booth in the center. I'm going to place a sign where I want each booth to be. So I want roughly in the center, so about here. There's going to be a booth. There's going to be like 2 there, 3 here, and probably like 2 in this corner with like 1 there. I think this is the layout that I'm going to want, and then the path can come out along this way. Yeah. Okay. I like this. First, I need some trees. Okay, so I spent some time, did a little bit of reworking, a little bit of building here, got a little bit of a path set up. I should also have my phone set up next to me for chat. There we go. I finally got this thing running. There go the emeralds. He's gonna start walking back over here. There are the emeralds, right as he gets here. I still have to put in the rest of the stone, but that's what I'm gonna be recording today. It's just a lot of mining. I also slightly edited this weird purple tent thing that I had going on. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it because it was at the angle, and I don't know how to build on angles. This is the first time I've ever tried to do something like this, and it looked garbage. I think this looks a little bit better, like especially from up here. I feel like this looks a lot better. Hopefully, with the amount of mining that I plan on doing in a minute here, I'll have enough to not only finish the walkways that I want to make, but on top of that also be able to texture this whole thing as well. I want to use gravel, andesite, probably cobblestone in here, you know, just the whole thing. And then at the end of the stream I'll probably start getting on some inspiration for the dock down here, and then after stream I'll probably make myself do the crane that I want to put there. So like down here I was thinking I just go down to the end over here, past the sugarcane, and I just start mining out this massive chunk of just stone, because I'm also going to need a lot of it for the walkways that I want to do up there, the texturing that I want to end up doing. I want a good chance of getting a decent amount of copper as well, because I want the copper golems to really be going around. Okay, this already looks a little bit better. If I can throw some andesite in here, this will look tons better. And obviously we gotta do the staircase here. Okay, I don't mind that. That's pretty good. Okay. So the idea that I just saw was I would end up being able to extend this land out a little bit, and it'd be a wall. And I kind of like this idea so much that I might actually demonstrate a bit. I just realized I didn't texture this thing at all. So if I were to do this, I would have to get rid of this little bit here. Just like that-ish. Okay, so I'd extend out to here. I don't know, actually I could put a tree here, that'd be pretty sick. And then I would have the dock that would line up right up against this wall. I'd actually have to push this out an extra block as well, so it's actually not here. Wait, is that a baby zombie riding a pig? I'm clipping that. Hold on. Record what just happened. Okay, fine. It's not gonna let me. I'm gonna need to editor go back and recheck that because that's insane. If that is what I think I just saw. Okay, so as you guys can see down there, off to my left, that's what we pretty much did today. We did a little bit of texturing. You can't really see it from up here because it's so small and so subtle. Obviously, I finished up the little market area, which I still have a little bit more to edit. I want to put a tree right behind the yellow one, and probably a smaller tree that like hangs off the side next to the green one. And then I want to put a fountain in the center of it. That's about all I want to do though. We made the little dock the starting of the dock area. This is pretty good. And that was pretty much all we did. We also mined out the giant area that's right underneath the market as well. So that was super fun. But everything is looking super cool. Okay, hopefully that was enough. And then I also may have done another stupid. Same with the other thing. I may have done a stupid, but this one wasn't me having something to do with the files. This was just me kind of accidentally doing something that I wasn't supposed to yet. I was going to wait to do this on stream. But I did a little bit of putting some stone up against the castle here. So I kind of took the dirt that was set around the castle and turned it into stone. Right here. And then other thing I did was these copper golems. I have the whole thing pretty much set up, I believe. So eventually they'll switch from giving the emeralds into this chest, into the iron, and they'll see, hey, there's still emeralds in this chest, which I have made a redstone device down there that makes this empty very slowly, as you can see. So right here, he's going to see, hey, there's emeralds in this chest. He's going to go, can't put it there. So he's going to walk all the way over here to this chest. Maybe. Nope, he's just going to walk away. It's right here. He's going to put the iron in there, and then he's going to go back to over here. Which is exactly what I wanted. So that way it'll look more alive, like they're actually doing something. So I can show you guys the redstone with this one down here, because this is just the easiest to show. It's I love redstone. This is amazing stuff. So this is pretty simple. You put it in here, it'll get this hopper, and when it hits the hopper, this here goes, hey, let it in here, and it sends a full signal to our here. This here goes full signal, right? This here goes, which is here goes, this is full signal. Okay, so this here goes, full signal, which is 1 redstone. So this is 1 less power than power than this one. And this one is 14 than 15. Here goes, oh, this 14. This one is 14. Oh, this is 14. And this one is 14 power than which means this one is 13. And the entire thing continues to no power right now. What are you doing here? Why are you doing? Which is right here. He's gonna go there. Then we can see iron in here, look at that. There. Now it's time to increase this to 40, so that way we actually got putting up on signal to make this all work. And then this is the slime, so we just here, and stop this power from taking more than 2 items. Which slows down this whole process. You can't leave yet. Eight. Out of the hole. There you go. So what I think I want to do is finish up the little texturing bit on the outside there, and then I can get to work on the rest of the dock. Okay, so we've officially done this front side of the castle, and I like it a lot. This makes it feel much more complete, especially looking up at it from the bottom. I think the next thing I want to do is actually fix this area up here. does this look? I like it. Yeah, I think I like it. I think it's fine. Okay. Thank you guys for watching today's stream. I had a lot of fun explaining what I was doing during the first 2 streams, and then of course building the outside area over at the bottom of the castle there, and finally making this area not look like complete garbage. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, please do all the things. Bye.